saw something a few weeks ago, and I knew I had to share it with you. It's a story about one California man's mission to make a really big difference. His name is Marty Burbank, and because of him, 26 little lives are now a whole lot brighter.
I'm a husband, I'm a father, I'm an attorney, I'm a Navy veteran. Sailing's always been a big part of my life. I met my wife on a boat, I proposed to her on a boat, and we got married on a boat. I just need to be out on the water. And my wife and I are very blessed. We both have good careers, and we're able to buy the things that we want and need. So several times a year, we'll go out in different groups and help at different low-income schools and parks and do what we can. When we went to Rio Vista Elementary School, the liaison for that school was the kindergarten teacher, Tessa Ashton, and she kind of explained to me where these children were coming from. Most, if not all, of their parents don't speak English. Providing lunches is a hardship. Some of them don't have any permanent housing. So some of the poorest people in California. A lot of these kids, they think about different things that I think kindergarten shouldn't have to think about. You know, when they're gonna eat, where they're gonna sleep. School's not even something on the horizon. But one day it dawned on me, our lifestyle compared to these kids is so different. They worry about food on the weekend. I worry about my next vacation, my next boat. I knew we had to do more.
Please welcome Marty Burbank and Rio Vista Elementary School kindergarten teacher Tessa Ashton. Welcome to you both. Marty, you said at the end of the piece you knew you had to do more. You had to do more for these kids. So what did you decide to do?
My wife and I were going to be putting the kids through college.
We're all tearing up here as a group here, and I want to talk about that because you're putting them all through college at a cost of $1.2 million, you estimate, of your money. So, first of all, before we get into that, tell me what brings you to tears when you say that.
Sailing brings me joy. That boat, I think, would have brought me a great deal of joy, but it really can't compare to the joy that I felt once I made this decision. I've been full of joy every day, no matter what. I had a horrible flight out here. My flight was delayed. It took me 15 hours to get here from California.
Oh my gosh.
But I was joyful the whole time.
I'm glad for that. and Tessa, for you, sitting in that classroom, I mean, you know Marty well through the church, and he's done other things to help the kids, but for him to tell the kids, I'm going to put you all through college, what went through your mind?
You know, Marty and his wife have done so much for the school throughout the years. You know, the markers and the notebooks and granola bars for every student in the school. And, you know, in the way that he is a very practical giver, adamant giver. So when he was in the classroom that day, he gives this gift, you know, and so we were transported into some alternate universe is what it felt like, you know, and I lost it, and he's crying, and I'm crying, and immediately I just was like, you know, back to teacher mode of, they've never seen happy tears before. Oh. And so they wouldn't know what those are. Yeah. So I went straight into a lesson of boys and girls. Yeah. Most tears are from pain or, you know, fear.
Yeah, and these are good tears.
These are good tears, and I'm having them, so I tried to.
And Marty, I know some people thought you were crazy to do this, but this was your way of giving back because you had help through the military with your education. Your wife had help through a family member with hers. So you know what it's like to need that, and you're giving it to these kids. But it is $1.2 million. You estimate that as somebody who knows numbers. You deal with them in your job every day. How do you make good on that? Because that's a lot of money. How do you ensure that it's going to be there for them?
And we're comfortable, but we're not secret millionaires.
Yeah.
It is something that we're going to have to budget for and plan for. So we're going to put about $80,000 a year into something called a donor advised fund, which is like a charitable checking account. Once the money goes in, it has to go to charity. We're hoping that there'll be extra money left over, and so we'll be able to help some more children.
And what
that
do you
point.
expect from the kids and their families in return? Anything?
Yes. Every year I want the children to either draw me a picture or write me an essay about what college is or why college is important to them and their family and the difference it's going to make in their life. I want them to visualize that goal.
Well, right now, when they visualize kindness, they visualize you, Marty, and they're going to do that every year. They've agreed to do that, but there's something they wanted to do for you right now. So take a look at the monitor.
I want to be a dentist. Now I can be a police officer. Now I can be a soldier, a doctor, a firefighter, a police officer, a teacher. Now I can be a doctor. I could be a horse trainer because of Mr. Burbank. Thank you for helping me to go to college. Thank you, Mr. Burbank. Thank you, Mr. Burbank. Thank you, Mr. Burbank. Thank you, Mr. Burbank.
I don't know what to say, but thank you, Mr. Burbank. You know? What has this experience meant
awesome.
to you at the end of the day, Marty?
I think two things. One is it's just brought me so much joy for me and my wife.
Yeah.
So now, in my mind, the children are one thing, but now we're really hoping that we can encourage other people to do similar
Same
things. And I have had.
And I'm sure this will go a long way. Marty, thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much.